I don't care what you look like. You know what I'm saying?
As long as she's peaceful, huh?
Well, okay, I take that back. I do care what you look like.
I
do
do
care
care
what you look like. You know, that'll turn a 7 to a 9.
Welcome to the King's Experience. I'm your host and your mastermind, Mark Chill. Joining us today to share their experience is three of some of my favorite people, my siblings. What's up, y'all?
What's up, Terry?
Glad to be here.
Good. Appreciate you, bro.
Hey,
you're
man.
doing big things, man. This is nice. And I'm glad to be a part of it.
Mike, welcome. Welcome back to the desert.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's all love every time I get back out here. Getting out that snow and getting back to some warmer weather. Yeah.
Yeah. Good to see you. Mike flies in once, twice a year to be with family, so it's always good to get something like this on paper or on video.
Yeah, man. I think this will be a good time.
Good experience.
I think this will be a real good time.
Definitely.
I mean, with this all being the siblings, the real question is, what's it like being a sibling to us? Let's start with the oldest, man, because you was here first. What's it like being a sibling to us?
You walked up, you seen all of us coming
Right.
to the world.
The big thing is, I feel responsible for y'all, to be honest. Want to always try to help in some type of way. Even today I saw, don't look at the hedges.
Right.
Try to help with the hedges. Try to be able to be a support for when y'all need something, y'all know you can call for me. If I got it, I give it, and I've always been that. Growing up, I've shown that when y'all's kids, when I have money, keep you laced with stuff, and we show that that's what family does. We take care of each other.
Yeah, take care.
And so I'm glad I established that, and I see that coming back full circle now with Jerry putting on his events, Kathy having her events, Mike doing great things with this family as well, doing this ballerific stuff. That's what makes me the most proud. And now, seeing us pass it on to our kids.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. So
Definitely.
for me, being the sibling, being the oldest, seeing that has been taken on by you guys, that sense of responsibility, sense of being able to provide and do well by your kids. I mean, it's not just me, we all have a factor in that, but I think that's the big things. Well, I love y'all the most.
All right. Let's go. We're going to go right down the line. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, we had our, growing up, our family, didn't feel like we was hurting for nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like we was all in our own lane. You know what I'm saying? But when we came together, we knew how to click together.
Yeah. We're legit a bunch of individuals.
Right.
Even though we all grew up in the same house, hey, you got your views,
Right.
which is different.
We're
than
all
your
different.
views,
We're all different.
And then it's like the puzzle comes together perfectly when we all get into town.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like we don't miss a beat. I don't know. I mean, I ain't never seen a whole bunch of families dynamics, but that's pretty unique. If I
I've seen family dynamics. And shit be fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Flat the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? It be fucked up.
A lot of people doing bad out there and disrespecting and just being reckless. And that's the thing I value. You guys, we not reckless. We have our I'm dumb moments.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But we got each other to support each other, and even if we are going back and forth at each other in dumb moments, we know it's still love.
Yeah, and I just said we got our own moments as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say somebody else is fucked up when I know I done fucked up plenty of times. And people that know me know I done been through some shit, and very thankful for being here today. So, and I'm just fortunate I got y'all. we still here, man. We ain't young no more, bro.
Nah, man.
We can't do all this like we used to. You know, we can't do all this like we used to. So, you know, we starting to value our time more. You know, we can't be out here wasting time if we want to achieve our goals. Right. You know, if we want to fuck around and bullshit
You'll find out.
and lay out, you know, we can do that too. We can do it, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, 9 times out of 10, we ain't going to get to where we want to be at. And then next thing you know, you're going to wake up, for us, we're going to be 50. You know what I'm saying? 50, yo. 5-0. It ain't a kid game no more. You know, we got kids. That depends on us. You know, and that's one thing I had to learn too, though. You know, when you got people depending on you, you have to be available. You can't take yourself out the situation.
No, there ain't no timeouts.
You know, so
There ain't no timeouts when we do that.
so that makes you think about the decisions that you make on how you move forward. So, you know, but having y'all here, man, you know, I think about y'all, and it also helps me keep in check. Before it was, you know, you guys. Now I got my kids, but I still think of you guys as a branch, not just you know, of each other. Not my kid, but you know, equal to me. As long as I know you guys are all right, I'm happy. And I feel like if you need something, you know, my door is always
open.
You know, and
It's a matter of asking.
you know,
Walking through it.
so I love it. I love being here. I love what y'all doing, man. I love what y'all do. And
You know, Mike, you said something to me last time you was out here about us being different types of trains. Different types of trains. I thought about that a lot since you was here last time.
You said trends?
Trains.
Trains.
Freight trains,
Okay.
locomotives going full speed,
Yeah.
such and
it's
such.
a freight train.
Yeah.
Freight train. I thought of it more as us being just different styles of cars, though. And there
On
are
the
different
train.
types of, you know, in times in our life, we going fast. We the Lamborghini at that time. Sometimes we was just chilling. We was just a pickup truck.
Sometimes we the pace car.
Doing work.
The pickup. We need to do work.
Get our work
You
in.
know, and
it made so much sense when I flipped that correlation to all the different things that we're doing. With Kathy getting a new job, with Terry picking up his new ventures as an entrepreneur, businessman, running a business, and got me into thinking about ways that, you know, how do I speed up the car that I'm riding in when, like you said, I am almost 50. I can see that knocking on the door. Okay, I don't need to be a luxury car. I just need to be a dependable car that's gonna get all the job done for like all we were talking about, and keep the wheels rolling. Okay,
yeah,
so
definitely.
being safe, and then sometimes, I'm gonna make sure it's got a 5.0 motor, and so if I need to pick up or something, sometimes I can do that.
To piggyback on that, that's what it's like for me to be y'all sibling. It's like y'all push me to continue to do all the shit that I try to do.
Well,
You know what I'm
you
saying?
gotta lead. We gotta lead by example.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta see. It's easy to see it, and you gotta get your victories. You know, it's easy to see us get our victories, right? But once you start getting your own victories, you start tasting success.
It's infectious.
It's a wonderful thing.
It is, and I think because of that, because I've seen success, it's like, all right, now let's bring everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can't stop this now because I do got kids. Y'all got kids. You know what I'm saying? And I think in the terms of more so of legacy, like what is the last name Childress going to mean? You know what I'm saying? When we sit down,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're gone.
you know,
Yeah.
and y'all, the folks, kids, made me like, you know what, man, I put it on my back. I know nobody asked me to, you know, but I feel like if I could pull everybody else,
They
you know what
coming.
I'm saying, they gonna come.
Yeah. Well, and we all do in that aspect, you know, because that's what family do. You know what I'm saying? In the back of our mind, we all feel like that. All right, I got mine. All right, my kids straight. All right, if my brothers and my sisters need something, it's available to them now. If my brothers and sisters' children need something, it's available. If my mama needs something, it's available.
Yeah.
We want to be at that stature in our lives, basically at all times, because shit happens. You know what I'm saying? It's coming. It ain't about, you know, if. It's when. You know what I'm saying? And when you get that call, are you going to be ready?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you get that call, because that call's coming. Everybody gets a call. You know what I'm saying? We all get a call. You know what I'm saying? Are you in position? You got to be prepared. You know what I'm saying? It's coming, full speed. Whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, so that's how it's not even hereditary, it's in our blood, you know what I'm saying? Because each family, I would think, have something similar, you know what I'm saying, that's structured, you know? And we keep grabbing, we ain't pushing nobody down, we ain't knocking nobody down, you know what I'm saying? That's too much work to go out my way to hate on somebody else or use that energy or mental capacity to give a fuck about that. No. We, like I said, that's why I say it's a freight train. I'm going this way. You know what I'm saying? You want to roll, jump on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It ain't stopping.
It ain't stopping. You know what I'm saying? Right. And you got to catch up. You know what I'm saying? You got to run and catch up to jump on. And that shows the work that you put in. You know what I'm saying? And say, hey man, I want to go in this direction. You know what I'm saying? And when we get in that, when we all on board, it's a wonderful thing because what? Sometimes we ain't all aboard, and that's life. You know what I'm saying? We run.
Agree to disagree.
We run to catch up. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me about that, Kat.
Yeah.
So you got one.
What about you, Kat?
Definitely being the youngest and having 3 older brothers and having y'all, you know, as my role models to just look up to. I do look at y'all personalities and styles and lifestyles and, you know, in my partner. So I do value that as fathers, as men, you know, with your morals and beliefs and everything like that. I definitely do value that and appreciate that because y'all do make me look for that in a partner and somebody that I'm with. So somebody that's gonna be there for their children because y'all ain't never missed a beat with your kids. Even with yours far away, you know, on the other side of the country, you still try to make time for her. And even the one that you just had not too long ago, you made time for your son. You know, you make sure you there for every event he attends to. For your daughters, you had to be a step parent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so even that, filling those shoes and being that role model to that individual, you know, is amazing because I make sure that I have somebody that doesn't look at the step part of father, just father. You know, and that's valuable to me, and that aspect of in a man. You know, so definitely I feel like it's big shoes to fill, even for me as a woman, and like for myself, like I have big shoes to fill to make sure that I make y'all proud. Like I don't ever want to disappoint you guys, you know, like you said, like we all go through our trials and tribulations and sometimes it works out in our favor and sometimes it don't, you know, but that's just life lessons. So you just gotta roll with the punches on a lot of stuff, and that's what I've learned to do. When I fall down, I get myself back up. I utilize my resources, and much of the time, sometimes I don't want to reach out to y'all because it can be in times where I'm embarrassed, you know, for the stuff that I do go through, and I don't like that disappointment. So
We all felt that.
I do appreciate y'all coming together and know when y'all are informed of stuff that y'all know that y'all there for me. So I appreciate that.
And you know, I think we all go through the aspect of not wanting to ask for help, you know, because we all got a pride to ourselves, but at the same time, that's also something that we instilled in you.
Yeah.
You know, as your 3 older brothers, to be like, you've seen us grind to get out of whatever situation without necessarily having to ask for help. Like you
don't tell me don't depend on a man. Like I have, I mean, so I don't like. I'm not saying it's terrible to not do that. Like, I don't knock any woman that can live off and
I mean,
live a good life and be
that's what
comfortable.
that's what they
You
do.
know, but at the same time, y'all have taught me to survive on my own. So that's what I
the key.
appreciate because I had to do it.
And that's why, because we knew at some point in time, we all know at some point in time you're gonna have to do shit on your own. You know what I'm saying? Because there might be times that he ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? Or he ain't got it, and so you're required to do that on your own. And I think, if there's one thing that I'm proud of ourselves for doing with you, it is showing you like, hey, you survived. What Steve Harvey said? You survived 100% of your hardest days.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
Think about it. That's a celebration.
You know, and that's based off of us. You seeing us.
Yeah.
And us grind and pushing into you, pouring into you. Like, hey, look, it's possible. You know, we ain't gonna sugarcoat shit. This is what's going on.
Yeah.
You know. And then when life happens with you, you know how to handle it, or you know you can handle it. So
I feel it's more that when we have dumb moments, just being able to say with each other that, hey man, I'm having a dumb moment.
Yeah.
Okay. And being able to have that pride. And that took me a long time too. Okay. I'd have been through rough patches, injuries and stupid stuff that
But we were supportive of you.
when you have dumb moments,
We still love you.
it's still there, you know? And I don't have to be embarrassed about, because we all have some stuff that we all got so much dirt.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Once you learn that, you know, we all been through.
We gotta accept it in our heart though.
Yeah.
And be able to express that too though at the same time.
But as the youngest, you don't want to walk through those same, like you hope to not walk through the same, shoes and the same path. Like, dang, why they do that? I'm never gonna do that. And then boom, 5 years later, you did it. It's like, how the heck?
I didn't
did that happen?
watch Mike so many times. I was like, yeah, I ain't doing that. Like, nope, nah. All right, I know not to do that. Neither.
Yeah.
Like, all right, if I do that, I know not to do it that way. You know what I'm saying?
But the universe brings that to your doorstep, and you just happen to go through it, and it's like, but you at least know how to get out of it.
Yeah.
Because you saw how he maneuvered out of that situation. You like, okay, I got this.
Yeah.
Big things for us that I feel is we've made it through all the big hurdles.
No, we haven't.
Well,
Not all of them.
we
Not yet.
we made it this far.
Yeah.
We've made it through a lot of big
standing.
hurdles.
There's still. We've covered a lot of ground.
We covered some ground, bro.
Yeah.
We covered a lot of ground,
We're doing good.
and yes, we've cleared.
We cleared
a lot
some
of
hurdles.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
We-
Then now we gotta, as you say that then, now it's about the goals next. Okay, because as you spoke about turning 50, we talked about kids, raising our kids, building I talked to Terry about building a legacy for the Childress name. How far does that go, and what car are we in to get there?
Well, that for me is generational wealth. Like, I want my child to be able to pass down to her children. Oh, I just want security. Not if they
so
be
those two different
millionaires.
things.
True.
Yeah.
And that's why I asked that, because that makes a lot of sense. We also got to think that generational wealth, especially for black people, we're only 2 generations in,
We are.
3 at tops.
You're right.
Okay, so we can't compare generational wealth with the Rothschilds or the Rockefellers or the Chases that are out there. We have to be realistic with what our goals and our lifestyle to perpetuate those goals too. Okay, so those are the things that I want to make sure that as us as a family, we see and understand that there's still places that won't give us loans on stuff.
True.
Okay, 2023 right now.
Yeah.
Okay, to
We
build
gotta
wealth.
Not check our race and everything.
Okay, there are still places where we can't even, where people are still harassed or being discriminated against.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2. Number 3, ideally the best way to get to that is with family and with our family structures as our situations are.
Stronger together than separated.
Yeah.
To do that, I feel we really need to find a way to build ourselves together into a conglomerate like the Rockefeller did, that the family name, as you suggested, is the reason why the trust, everything goes through that to make the money. Okay, till that locomotive go full speed. If we all just doing it on our own,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna get there on different times.
Yeah.
But everybody has their strengths, so it may not be everybody supposed to be motivated on the same level, but everybody has their own strength and resources to help in different, you know.
that's why I said
different
we're
facets.
different cars at different times.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you doing good in one part, and somebody else brings something else to the table. Somebody else brings something else to the table. But the table look like a full feast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
You
It's a
know,
potluck.
like
It's a potluck.
exactly.
How do we get all those cars all those cars, we're all on the same path, okay? But our paths are all doing this as opposed to all of us lined up in accordance to. It's still the same goal. We just all doing this as opposed to, hey, and we sometimes in the same lane, on the same hitch and ride.
Yeah.
But if it's not really in line, I feel like, especially being 50, I should have done more to line that up a lot earlier.
don't
It's all like,
But yeah,
don't
you can't
do that.
Can't.
Because your path
Yeah.
to getting there
It's different.
It's going to be
is
different.
different.
Right,
You know
I
what
get
I'm
you.
saying?
But I'm just telling you how I feel. Okay.
and right, and I
That's
think that.
understandable because I felt the same way too at my age. Like,
I
dang,
feel
I
that
see
way.
20-year-olds
I know we all
surpassing
do. That's
me.
why I said.
You know, but at the same time, it's different times. They
Right.
had their resources are a lot like more advanced
Yeah.
And every-
than ours was.
Everybody's shine look different, bro.
It's right.
Right.
As
So when
long
we
as
talk
you-
about the goal of generational wealth and how we're gonna get to that goal,
Yeah.
it may not be even in our generation
It
that
may
we
not
get
be.
to that goal.
No,
but
no,
if we
but
line that up,
The goal
for the
for us is to instill in them.
exactly.
So if we do hit it, let's say we do hit it, whatever it is, then they know what it looks like to get it.
Coming full circle,
You know
of
what I'm
how
saying?
we raising our
Yeah.
kids is coming full circle right now.
And just
what I'm
not
saying?
that, but they got cousins too.
Right.
Maybe not brothers and sisters,
Yeah.
but they got a lot of cousins.
Resources.
And they all communicate and they all on the same page. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very thankful for that too, man. Y'all got great kids, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
hey, but y'all got some great kids.
Yes.
And I
Thank
love each one, every one of them, and they're there for a reason,
Yeah.
man.
God
You know what I'm
don't make
saying?
mistakes,
Just like
man.
we're here for a reason. You know, without one of us, the puzzle wouldn't be complete. You know what I'm saying? Until that time's come, other people will do what we do, but you will find out that other people will fill the void. They'll pick up the slack,
Right.
And
Right.
you won't miss a beat. You know what I'm saying? As long as you stay focused on the goal.
Yeah.
You know, and you saying it's talking about the goal. That's the goal is what keeps you straight. You know, you gotta have a goal. If you lose focus of your goal, then it's easily to make the mistake of doing something you shouldn't be doing or getting out of bounds. The goal is to reel you back into what the end game of what you want to achieve.
Right.
So
That end game, I'm in agreement with both of y'all. It's that generational wealth. It's that we passing down the legacy that the Childress name. You know, there's been plenty of times that we went into places and Childress ranked high. I was in high school. My dad's picture was in the high school trophy case. At the high school.
our dads.
Yeah, nigga.
Our dads. You're right.
Nigga, this nigga.
You know,
my dad.
oh, you should have known. Should have known. We know our daddy.
Anyway,
Yo, man. Hey, guess what my daddy did? He worked at General Motors, niggas.
guess what? My dad made me too. So that's something and walking through the halls that I sometimes have to look across, like I'm in the cafeteria and looking at this dude picture, like, man, it's something that I have to live up to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, and I say this, man. They did a good job.
Man.
They did.
They-
I mean,
well,
first,
my
they
dad-
had each other.
They
didn't
did.
even have support.
They did a good
like we
job
do.
in instilling in the values in us, what they instilled. You know what I'm saying? The togetherness. Because I know I mean, ain't nobody's shit ever fucking perfect.
Right.
You know what
Nigga,
I'm
they been
saying?
married for 40-something
How old
years.
are you?
How old are you?
4-5.
45 years.
45 years.
I'd never be able to do that.
Is that right?
That's an achievement, man.
Yeah.
That is a mastery right there.
A lot of people can't say that.
No.
And I just now that I live closer to them now too, and I'm closer to them in age, then I'm closer than probably Kathy in age.
Yeah. So I was over there earlier today, and I get up and I pour me a cup of coffee, you know, and they in there in the computer area, and they laughing and giggling. I'm thinking in my head, what the fuck is so fucking funny?
Y'all some
It's
schoolgirls.
early in the
7
morning.
o'clock in the morning.
You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about myself that I'm like, man, these niggas in love. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking. I mean, that's you got to think about it.
Yeah.
What does it take to get to that point?
Yeah.
And it takes being able to laugh at your partner, joke with your partner. You know what I'm saying? And it's genuine. It's they laughing. Yeah, you know, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm going back to the room. You know what I'm saying? But and if you want to know the answer, it's those little moments right there, man. And you're comfortable and like I said, 45 years, man. I can't do that. You know, I'll be 80 if I get married. That'll be
You can do it.
tomorrow. I'll be 80 something. You know, so yeah, they did a great job,
They
man.
did.
And
You know what?
and you know, we I'm sorry, Brian, but we look at it, right, and we sort of take it for granted, but we really don't now. But you know, so we looked at it, was like it was always there.
Yeah.
We always knew where home was.
We knew a whole, but because you know the way that they worked, the way
Right.
the house
Yeah.
worked,
Yeah,
we didn't see it like that.
man,
You
I
know
was
what I'm
I was
saying?
pissed when they moved out here. I don't know if Dad told you that. I was mad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To the fact we argued all the way out here, driving.
Oh, that's
We
what I
argue all the
heard.
time anyway, though.
Yeah, we argued, but
I get you on
we
that
argued,
too.
but
Yeah.
but you know, but something else in me told me to say, man, let him do it. You know what I'm saying? Get off of him. You know what I'm saying? Get off his back, man. You know, and I know I was probably being selfish, and because I didn't want to see him go. You know, and but I knew he had to do what he wanted to do, man.
Yeah.
You know, it was his time.
Yeah.
And that's
You know what I'm
something
saying?
that
And I
he
can't hold him back.
always been talking about, even before he came out here. They was gonna move to Vegas before
Yeah,
we
Clark
they were
came out
County.
talking
here.
about
They
Vegas.
talking
They were going to
for
Clark
long.
County,
Even
man.
when I was in high school, I remember them talking
Yeah.
about moving to Vegas.
It was like, you
No.
know, when you
They
make,
was ready.
and that's what they did as far as coming full circle again. When you make it to your promised land, you taught your kids did right, and you got time for yourself to relax and eat, and they go into South Africa and Hawaii and Amsterdam
Yeah,
and
man.
smoking
Living
weed.
in
No, hold on.
Dad,
I'm like-
I never thought he would be the type to try anything
Well, no,
new.
well, let me tell you about that. Let me tell you. I told him. I said it was some years ago.
Yeah.
But you know, I came out to visit, and I said, "Hey, man, when are you gonna take a vacation, bro?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "Man, I'm on vacation. I'm retired." I said, "Man, you better go spend that money.
Yeah.
Because if you don't spend that money, I'ma spend it." Guess what? They was on trips. They took like 3 trips that year. You know what I'm saying? They was in South Africa. They took the cruise in the Mediterranean. You know,
But
I'm
even
like,
that though,
okay.
Mom had a
That's-
twist his arm.
you
She
need
was
to shut
getting
up.
to the point.
Yeah. Right.
I told her.
She was getting to the point though. If he wasn't gonna move, she was gonna move.
Yeah, she was,
out.
and I told her, I said, I'll go with you.
She
And he was like, "You ain't going with my woman."
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, "All right, well, go." You know what I'm saying? I told her, he said, "I'm on vacation."
But
I said, "Man, you
that
better
flipped the
go spend
script
that
though.
money."
That conversation that you
Yeah.
had, and I had the same conversation
Better
with
go.
them, is that you can't just because you're here and you can see the mountains and you got a
Yeah.
nice spot and everything.
Yeah.
Enjoy your
See
man.
what the rest of this world looks
Right.
like, because you see now that you moved from Michigan to Surprise, Arizona. It's totally different.
different.
Right.
Okay,
Come
they're
on.
totally
Flint,
Big time.
Michigan at that.
Yeah, come on.
Okay.
You like you move from Ann Arbor or anything.
seeing that, and then and that's something that I also started doing when I was younger too. I was always trying to get somewhere, see somewhere else, come down with.
Yeah,
my
you always like that, man. Yeah, you like to just see something new. You wanted to get out of there.
I
Man.
want to see what everybody, how they doing it over there, what they doing,
And that was
in
dope how we
Portland,
got
Oregon.
out here.
What they doing And when we come out here, just bring Terry out here, see how old he is. You know, see if he's 19 to get into the club. You know?
Oh yeah, no, he didn't make it.
He thought he was in Canada.
How old are you? No, man, but no, that's man. That and I appreciate you too, man. I think that was epic as well.
Because I think that's why when I told you come down and get your AMP, get out.
I remember that like yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I remember sitting at the computer on America Online. You know, my daddy walking up to me and say, "Hey, man, I just got out of jail." My dad was like, "Hey, man, you got to do something with yourself, man. You just can't sit around here, man." And I was like, "All right, well." Then I got on the computer. I was like, "Well, all right." Just started looking up stuff, and that thing popped up. Went and checked it out. It turned out to be a great thing. You know what I'm saying? And not just it being a good thing for me, but it was in something that I was interested in, something that I was familiar with, you know, something that I knew I can do. Mm-hmm. And it didn't feel like a job to me, you know. It was.
You kicked it when you was there, weren't you?
Yeah, no, it was a ball. You know, we had a ball, and that was part. And you come at the right time. You know, you think you're slagging in some area. It's all about timing. You know what I'm saying? And you came at the perfect time. And it was exactly what I needed, and it boosted me to the next level.
And then Greensboro was also nice too.
Greensboro was very nice. I love North Carolina.
I love North Carolina.
North Carolina is beautiful. The clouds are puffy and white. The sky is baby blue. There's a cup. You know what I'm saying?
Terry and I was thinking about getting the property out there, man, because I think you had that. You went down there and took an Airbnb down there once or something. And he was like, "This is trash. How they do their stuff."
Yeah. Well, yeah. I didn't get it because the way that they do it is trash.
Keep in mind that's the Bible Belt.
Yeah, man. I mean, the whole game is now to get more fucking property, bro.
That's where.
Well, that's been the game. You know what I'm saying?
I wish I could have Airbnb in my house when Super Bowl time.
Oh, I would. But that's been the game.
There.
People talk themselves out of the game,
But that's
when they see the numbers.
Saying here,
right? They talk themselves out of the game.
Yeah.
But you know what? And I'm gonna share this with you. And I don't know if we talked about this. That's how you get that shit, though.
Yeah, you gotta take the risk.
The world wasn't built. Bro was built off of loans. You know what I'm saying?
So hold on.
No, let me tell you, because he hit the on the nose.
Yeah, I know that's perfect.
I don't have a lot of time.
I just want to,
in my opinion,
I kind of want to
go backward.
I kind of want to stay on cue with the card though. I want to talk about business advice. You know what I'm saying?
No, where I was saying was because that's going back to what the vision is, the generational wealth.
Right,
okay. What are the ways that we are going to get to? It may not be in my lifetime, but set up the foundation for Alana, Bubs, Z, Mac, Landon, Anaya, Angel, to have those things already established. And with me, and like I said, I'm speaking on my personal situation. You know, I still do want to take the trips, have some fun here as well, and live my life, but find that balance to say, because I'm not doing a whole lot of traveling as much anymore. I'm trying to build a financial. I got land.
So make sure the shorties is straight.
This is the sacrifice time. That's what this is. You know what I'm saying? It's the sacrifice time. Now, and since we're all middle aged for the most part, but we're trying to find, like you said, we're trying to find that balance. Ain't no fucking
balance. It's not a balance.
Yeah,
it's
make it or break it.
Of this.
Well, I mean, what I mean balance is as far as like making sure, taking care of the kids, being a parent, doing all the responsibilities, but also living life, and because
staying on the path.
Well, yeah, staying on the path, but you also have to enjoy life too. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of times we get so caught up into what we got to do, what's going on right now, what we got to do next, that we don't. That's why Dad says I'm on vacation now, because he's legit just enjoying life right now. You know what I'm saying?
I like what you're saying, but I want to counter that, because the destination is down the road, and we talked about this with the trainers. Sometimes we're gonna get off and we're gonna have a filet mignon. Okay, we're gonna get off and have some a trip to Cancun, or we're gonna go to LA and sit by the beach. But how much is that off the path for us still getting that destination? It's not like we getting off and doing a crack binge.
Well,
okay?
yeah. I mean,
That's the
it's just a detour. But I wonder how much of our relationships play a factor into those detours too.
I'm messed up. I don't get me talking about a relationship because I don't want to be the advice giver on that. Except what I've learned
From what? Relationships?
is that I just want to be honest and be peaceful. Okay.
Oh,
and anybody I'm talking to, I'm just going to be honest about it, and I'm going to be peaceful. And if you're not peaceful,
You gotta go.
I gotta go. I gotta hang up.
Well, at this point, it's peace. We don't we wanted the baddest chick. We want the fattest ass, the biggest titties, you know what I'm saying? And she had to know what she was doing. You know what I'm saying? You didn't want to be with somebody that didn't know what they were doing. And it didn't matter.
You know what they doing? You meant there was going places.
No, I meant like in the bedroom.
So,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I ain't fuck that shit.
I tried.
You know what I'm saying?
I tried.
You wanna know lazy?
You know what I'm saying?
It's a dead
Slush
fish.
mouth.
It's just right, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to get
Whoa,
fucking
what
toothed,
is turn?
you know what I'm saying? And
Toothed.
that's my baby. But it's the peace, man, and
Peace is a motherfucker. We was talking about that shit earlier.
Yeah.
and to be
for sure.
able to just like pieces to a puzzle, she got to be able to fit into that piece, you know what I'm saying?
And if you don't, then
it's okay, man.
It's
but
alright.
and
That's just different puzzle.
it's just that's
Right.
not her part, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
I give up everything for peace right now, man.
Yeah.
It used to be energy. You're like, man, I'm tired. And that's some energy. Now it's like, man, if I ain't got no peace, I don't want it.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
can
I don't care what you look like, you know what I'm saying?
As long as she's peaceful, huh?
Well, okay, I take that back. I do care what you look like. I do care what you look like. But you know what I'm saying? That'll turn a 7 to a 9, or you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like a 6.5 to an 8. You know what I'm saying?
It's like putting Pirellis and rims.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Getting the paint job, you know what I'm saying? And it's just how important that is to a man. I think that's it's not just me, man. I think that's to any man, whether he know it or not. You know what I'm saying? You get the peace from a woman, and
But that's what a woman wants too. Like, I mean, we want our peace.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that our man is gonna hold us down and take care of it instead of stop talking about it, be about it. You say you're gonna do something.
yeah, well, I understand.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah.
You'll shut up for anything
Yeah.
if you come home like, I'm gonna do this instead of like,
That's
you
the-
ain't did that.
That's the second part of the honesty that I see at first. Though.
Yeah.
Okay. As long as you stay honest, like, man, I just ain't got that energy today. I just want to be here.
Yes, exactly.
And I just need my back rub for a minute, or I just need to sit down for a minute, or let me even cook. I love to cook dinner and shit.
It's a team. It's teamwork.
It is communication.
Yeah.
Because teamwork,
Communication
man.
with anything.
Yeah.
Like, if you not willing to talk to your partner or anybody who you with about exactly what you're feeling in that moment,
Oh man, that's
then it's
Well,
gonna
hold on,
cause.
because I want to contradict that, because a lot of times we, as I've seen, is that I can communicate that this is what I'm feeling, but their feelings trump whatever I'm feeling, or they some type of way
What is your approach? What is your delivery? Like, are you just like nagging about it? Like, oh my gosh, I don't feel like dealing with anything because I just had a long day. Or you really being like, hey, I had a really long day. I just need a moment.
Right. You gotta really not shut the person down.
Yeah.
If you're not in the mood to hearing it, hear a little bit of it, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You
Or
can't dismiss them.
Yeah.
right, don't if that's your partner, man, you got love for them like that, and you want to see them doing good, even though you doing bad, you gonna start doing good when you see your partner doing good.
You gotta
You know what I'm
swallow your
saying?
pride. A lot of times you have to swallow your pride and
And
allow
really,
people.
it's not just pride; it's love. You know, I got love for this person. When you genuinely love somebody, man, you see that's the difference. That's how you know the red flags, or people got what the red flags that y'all talk about, or people talk about, and they go right. It'll go right past them, and they'll fight through them. You know what I'm saying?
I think they choose to do that shit. They see that. They know how they feel when whatever happens.
They don't know it's a red flag. They don't know that it's
They're being toxic.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, they don't know that they're being toxic and they're bringing that negative energy
Yeah.
back in because they didn't listen to what you've said or have been saying, and you try. I've said this before. This is all I need. I've told plenty of women. I only need two things: is peace and know that I want to support you for everything. Okay, that's it. If you know that in your heart of hearts, just like with us, we done been to blows in some of us, but we come back and say, you know what? We come back because you ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. Okay.
Oh yeah, well yeah, but once you a lot of times they don't establish that. They look on the phone and they can see all
Such
these
and
women
such
and or these
happy
guys or whatever. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? And
So I make
it's a
believe.
facade. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Make
fantasy.
believe.
You know what I'm saying? And they were like, oh, I can get her. She bad as hell. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't need her. I and a lot of guys, man, they feel like, oh, I can D him, her, or her. And a lot of times you do 10, a few of them gonna kick back. You know what I'm saying? And
But yeah, that's when I call it fishing. Okay.
Yeah, you ain't looking for nothing real.
nothing real.
Just fishing there.
You out
Trying
here.
to like kill the time because it's everything. That 80-20 rule is real. You get somebody that literally is 80% and you want that extra 20. Like, oh, they ain't doing this. They can fix this. This is what I'm really looking for. And you willing to give all that up by searching and seeking and looking in other places thinking your grass is greener on the other side, but knowing that grass probably got weeds, got snakes, got all types
But
of stuff.
sometimes
over
you
there.
can have options too, though.
But the caveat to the 80-20 rule, though, is
Yeah.
the fact that sometimes that 20 that you missing is 20 of your main principles.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you're getting 80% of
It don't matter who you
bullshit,
with. Yeah.
that
But
you
what
doing-
if your 80% isn't bullshit? Your
But
80%
is the trivial things versus
Okay.
your hard limits. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. If your 20% that you're not getting is we fighting and arguing, it's fists and guns and knives.
That will
and all
trump.
this stuff, that's going to trump the 80% that you made the bed this morning
Right.
and you vacuumed the floor.
Right. If you're getting 80% of shit that you don't, that if motherfucker hitting on you and you know that you ain't, and
Well, I
that's
was
in
there. I
your
wanna
that's
say
in your 80 that he gives you, then
I wouldn't think your
what I'm
80 is
saying?
all negative though. I would think
No,
your
but
80 is
80
everything. If
80
you're looking
is-
for a 100% person, but you get 80% of that of what you're looking for, that's my 80-20.
But here's
I
the-
don't-
What I'm saying though is like
Okay.
if you're 80,
Uh-huh.
if what you're able to contribute is of 80% doesn't match, like my 20% can weigh heavier than 80%. Your 80,
I'm gonna use the analogy with you on that.
that's heavier.
The
That weighs
stock
more.
market, okay? Apple stock is ridiculous. Amazon stock been ridiculous. If your 20% of your portfolio is just Apple and Amazon, and you got 80% of bull trash, you still making money. The 20 trumps the 80.
It depends on what
I
what
guess
is required.
what you're looking for.
The receiver
Okay.
is required. You know what
What
I'm saying?
you
Because
get out of it.
you have to give me what I need in a relationship, but I also have to give you what you need
Right.
in a relationship. And that's where that's the 80-20. You know,
Okay.
so you want 80% of the shit that you actually want to have.
Yeah.
And
Volume
20%,
wise
yeah.
versus receivership wise.
I think I was looking at it as 80%. If you having everything that
That's how
you're
everybody looks at
looking,
it.
for, and then that extra 20% is you made the bed.
You got it.
You did that little bit extra.
Yeah, that's a surface way of looking at it.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
cover the perspective in many different ways.
Yeah.
As many ways as you can think about it.
Yeah.
The 80% is the 80% value received, not the 80%
Of the person that you're getting it from.
activities that are being conducted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the difference. Yeah, you doing a lot
You
of this.
you can look at
You
different ways,
you
but
moving, but you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not giving you the
results.
results.
Good job, man.
The results that you're looking for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit the card.
If you had to change places with one of us, who would you change places with?
None. I like being the youngest. I don't want the responsibility of the oldest. I would not want that at all
And why?
because it just seems too stressful.
No,
It
you're not answering
seems-
the question. You have to choose one.
Like I wouldn't want to do it. Like I said, I think it's just too much responsibility being the oldest sibling. I think y'all had a lot of weight to carry, making sure that you were responsible for your brother. Wherever you went, he went. Make sure y'all come back together. Make sure he don't get into trouble. Make sure if he did, why he do it. Da, da, da.
Make sure you don't leave him when he throw rocks at cars.
Yup, that too.
I was trying to get a ride home. I was trying to get a ride home, man. You had to ride your bike all the way home.
Man, how do we keep coming up with random stories to just pop in out of the blue? Okay, so we gotta be 7 and 5,
How?
8 and 6, or something like that.
Wasn't we that young?
That's
we was
young.
we was super young, man.
I
Yeah,
was
maybe,
running
maybe
the streets.
at the oldest we might have been 9 and 7, 9 and 10
Cause
and
y'all
6.
2 years apart?
3 years apart.
They like
Okay.
us.
And we thought it'd be cool to ride our bike to the highway.
Well, we knew the trails.
We knew all the trails. Yeah, we was out. We was always
We
out.
made the trails. A lot of them.
And it was like, it'd be cool to ride at the side of the highway
through the woods.
and throw pebbles at cars going by.
Nah, man, that was a bad deal.
That was just the
Yeah, that was, I want to talk about something else, really.
No, we're
You know what I'm
here.
saying?
We're here.
Because,
You gotta walk through that lane. Let's go back
like
down
we
memory
said,
lane.
we talked. But here's the thing: I'm saying why I'm going to this full circle is that the reason why I say a lot of times we're not supposed to be here. A lot of times that we done made it through some stupid being dumb.
right.
It's important for people to know that, man, you don't have to be dumb, and we were smarter to be in that situation in the first place at even that young of an age. But it was back in the early 80s and such, and I guess we were just dumb. It was around the corner.
Let me tell you, we are driven people, right? We are competitive in nature, all right? We are competitive. We just didn't go up there just to throw rocks at cars. We went up there to see if we can hit a car with a rock. With a car
You
going
just
70
want
miles
one
an hour.
particular car.
We
One
don't.
particular rock.
We. It's not like
It was.
we
It
are
was
competitive.
Like, I got this one.
You know what I'm saying? I said, I bet you can't hit
But
it.
y'all were missing the car, so you had to pick up another rock and do it again.
You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
And we wasn't throwing big rocks though. It was the little pebbles. We wanted to hit the ting on the car.
The car
That's all it
going
was.
70 miles per hour.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That's all it was. It wasn't,
Not throwing it in a
dropping
can.
or it wasn't that.
Boulder off the expressway to kill somebody.
Got it. Shut up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? We we are competitive, man. We are driven. You know what I'm saying? We compete in almost everything that we do. You know what I'm saying? And
That is right, man. That is so fucking true.
you know what I'm saying?
That is
As
so true.
as a man, you know what I'm saying? As we were taught, so growing up, it was always a competitive. Hey, man, you don't want to be last place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You really don't. You don't want to be middle of the pack either. You know what I'm saying? And to be ahead of middle of the pack, you're gonna have to put in some effort.
Top 5.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to do something. And why half-ass the effort? If you're gonna go in, go all the way in. You know what I'm saying? Don't half-ass this shit. What you here for? Don't waste my time. You know what I'm saying?
Go hard or go home, man.
We in here now, and let's get it. Sometimes it's towards the wrong,
It's
we
along
giving
the path.
we giving the wrong thing the attention that we're giving. We're giving it to. But once we're on point and locked in, we really excel.
That's
And
the thing I see with us so much is the potential that because we are that driven, that if we don't take too far strides off the path, we link the path up,
Right back, right where we was at.
we always succeed every time.
Except we just detoured.
Every time. We just take a stop and, hey, let's stop at Total Wine. Hey, we take a stop and get a
It's-
smoke break real quick.
So with y'all being the oldest, would y'all switch places then?
good.
To be honest, I love you, Kat, but I would just not want to be a girl or female. Okay. That just seems like the ultimate. I
Very
love
hard.
women like the son of God.
It's
But
difficult.
that is, I guess maybe in the back of my mind somewhere, I'd like to see the perspective of how they do it and how they can also manipulate
Why?
men and such. But I wouldn't want to change with you. Just on that part, although
Hey.
no disrespect, love women. I look into the camera and all that stuff for that.
Well, if I had to, was that the question? If I had to,
If we
Or I
had
want
to, I switch with Mike because he's still older, because my personality, who I am now, still has the opportunity to say, hey, look, I got two younger, I got one that may be older, whoever may be older than me. If it's Mike switching places, we reel each other in a lot of times it creates a balance.
Yeah.
It creates a balance that, yes, sometimes I am reckless and he's
It's
like, man, you need to chill.
it's a yin and a yang.
Yeah.
It's a yin, it's a yin and a yang.
But
And
since we are that close and with Kathy, the youngest, she's so far younger than me that a lot of the things, like she had computer, I didn't have computer growing up,
man, computers are just coming out.
Right.
Terry, I really didn't understand this dude at all, to be honest. I'm gonna be real with you. He was like, there's another kid here, there's another dude. I can't punch him because he's a baby.
Right.
8 years younger than me. I didn't. Terry and I really just got a strong connection.
We started really connecting in the last couple of years, which is so weird because we're so fucking similar. I get it.
I love it.
Our birthdays are 2 days apart.
2 days apart.
But because we're so similar, if I had to choose somebody else, I would choose Mike too. Because I'm both of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm both of y'all, but you're more chill, and he's more he's more assertive.
Mike, chill.
And with me being me, if I had just a little bit more assertiveness, then I'd take over the motherfucking world.
And that's how you feel with that assertiveness. But
That's
it's
right. I get you on that because I to be honest, I played it a lot cautious.
Yeah.
Because the number one reason why is I'm like, by the time I was in high school and developing my own personality, setting that example we talked about.
That's why I'm more you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Setting that example, I've been reckless, okay? I don't show that I've been reckless. There's a lot of people that if somebody saw this, like, yeah, I know that dude. Yeah, I know that dude. Oh, yeah, I know that dude. Yeah, I know that dude. And he was this or that. But I try to keep as much of it as far away from y'all, far away from family as possible, and shown with the light, the shining, the potential that you guys have opportunities to be was my big thing is showing y'all. Okay, I had my dumb moments. Okay, and some of y'all, all y'all have seen some of my dumb moments in fragments of that puzzle that we put together. Okay, this is still me, my head poking out with Waldo's shirt on, like, yeah, I'm here too. Okay, but for the most part, it was to show that, hey man, there's opportunities that we all can be successful with. There's opportunities that you can get. I'm gonna be here at your college football games and graduations, and I'm gonna be here at your pop-ups and support you and what you need, and be here with you and be in your corner.
Because that's big bro.
Be in your corner. Make sure you write his name on the wall.
To get you to say, hey man, even though you are assertive and sometimes reckless, we all are reckless, you still got support, you still have a base that's going to hold you down when that balloon starts to fly away. You got somebody pulling that down.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I love you, man. You know, the original chill.
Yeah, the original.
Who would you change places with, Mike?
Hey, man, I don't think being a woman is hard. I think being a woman is just different from being a man.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? I think they feel different. They see different. They don't see the same shit I see. They don't compute like I compute. You know.
We don't.
So
We think so
Go
far
for it.
into
Just
stuff.
go for it.
Just go like that. Now, you know. So I just think it's just different. I won't say it's a good different or bad different because the emotions would be different. I would feel about things differently. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, but now I would be Terry. Okay.
Okay.
He's younger.
Okay.
Okay. He got 5 years younger than me, and he's got no job, and okay, a $600,000 pad, and just doing what the fuck he wants to do. No, I'm just playing. That was a joke. That was a joke.
Just serious.
But
Just being serious.
yeah, no.
On a real note.
But he's doing what like I said, he's younger. I get more time.
The opportunities, man. Now that you know,
Right.
and you can see what he's already established.
And 5 years is a lot of time, actually. You know.
Imagine 8.
And but he has good vision. He has ideas. He's very creative, and I feel like I wouldn't be getting in as much trouble, and
Go on.
yes, reckless. But I do have fun. Okay, I do have a fun life. It's
I don't know.
it can be tense, but
How about this though? I want to add a caveat to this. What if we changed positions, but we kept our same personalities though?
Ooh. Well, you have 5 years to do.
you mean we just changing our age?
Yep.
We just changed our age, your situation. So where your career, the path that they got you to, that got them to,
I gotta take his
you
path.
gotta take where he got himself to, and you switch to it.
Would you do him? Would you do me? You don't even have to be the female. You just would have to be
Your path, your career path. Well, I think probably Terry might be in a better position as still doing what he wants to do and being creative and not having to hit that clock every morning. I think that's a big difference. We're chained. We got to get there every morning.
But here's the thing: here's why I said that made me think of that is that if I switch with Kathy with the U of M degree, with the opportunities that she already has, that she's tried and knows that she failed at, the things that I've tried and know that I failed at. This point right here, I can have a better vision of where to go. Say, you know what, I can deal with this. I can't deal with this. I want to mess with this. I'm not going to mess with that.
No, that's a good point right there because, like you said, we're at the point where that she's experienced what she's supposed to experience, knows what's right and wrong, or not necessarily right and wrong, trials.
She's tried and error.
And error. You know what I'm saying? And boom, we can make conscious decisions on what we're gonna do next.
I can see something like that if we looking at, kind of what.
I should have thought of that.
That's my
Told you. I gave you the opportunity.
That's my voice. No, for real, because it does make sense. 'Cause we can. I say that because we can then now help each other using our expertise. But I also want to make sure that it's knowing that you got to reach out. Closed mouth don't get fed.
Yes.
Hey, that's real important, man. And especially, I say it's a freight train. A freight train, you expect eventually somebody to holler. A hit dog will holler. You know what I'm saying? And if not showing signs of getting hit, it's still a freight train. We're still moving.
And if you don't get to this depot before the train goes,
if we don't know, then what I'm saying, ain't nothing that we can do.
it's the only I've seen my failures. I've seen all of y'all failures. Okay?
Yeah.
All of y'all shortcomings, all the things that I was like, man,
would-
Dad is the king of this. I wouldn't have done it that way.
Man,
I would have done it that way.
so annoying.
You should have did this. You should have did. That's how I came up with, and me living closest
We
to
all
him.
dealt with that.
But then we all
Okay.
did. But me still living closest to him,
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
kind of different for me though,
Uh-huh.
because I didn't think about that.
you didn't care about it.
Yeah,
I did because when I put that on a pedestal,
Yeah.
okay, I put it on a pedestal that, okay, this is my dad. I'm supposed to.
Be like,
Make him proud, and you his firstborn, and you got his living.
And I see that with Landon.
I didn't think
Yeah.
about any of that.
But I gotta get you on that. But
Yeah.
I think about Landon because when
Yeah.
Landon came off the track today, the first thing he said to me was, "What could I have done better?"
Of
What did you-
course. Yeah.
Okay.
He waiting for your approval.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we talked before that even happened. I just said, man, you did
You
great.
did great,
Yeah.
bro.
You did awesome. You popped out. You came out first. You came out. You ate
They
that
need
quarter up.
that.
And so having that, again, from my point of view of how I was learned to be a man, learned how to project what is right or how to influence or better my siblings, better my kid. I had to learn also that it ain't just about do it my way. Okay?
I think it's a fine line on that because I think we all do it as parents. You know what I'm saying? I would say us, because we want the kids to have fun. You know what I'm saying? But we also want them to, like Mike said, we want them to put in the maximum.
We want them to
effort.
win.
You know what I'm saying?
We want our children to win because we want to win because our father wanted us to win.
That's exactly
So
what
when
I'm
we
saying.
had that, we all had that still because I know that feeling. I had that with daddy all the time. Like, I got to do it like this. And that breaks you where you feel like what you're doing is not good enough or what you're doing is not the right way. And your way is going to be different from his way. It's going to be different from his way. It's going to be different from my ways. We generations.
That's what I took from Dad. To be honest with you, it was just that there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Yes.
That's how I looked at it. You know what I'm saying?
It took me longer
It
to learn
took me
I'm-
too. It
I'm
took
just
me
saying,
too.
It took me
I'm
longer to
with
learn
you.
it.
It's just like, all right, there's more than one way to skin a cat. I tried it this way. I may or may not have succeeded at it. I'll work at it this way and see if that works.
So you were
If
trying to do it your own way, which
Yeah, so-
wasn't working.
Yeah.
And so if you did it your dad's way,
Hey, we'll try it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm willing. I'm open enough to try.
I think for me and Brian
But
on that.
here's the thing, though. I want to tell you this, Kathy. I don't mean to cut you off,
No, go
but
for it.
here's
That's
the
why I'm
thing.
wiser.
Is the thing is that yes, he has a way, and his way has worked in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
He's been successful in a lot of areas. But to put that pedestal is the key.
Yes.
Okay, the pedestal is,
Yeah.
you know what? Am I adventurous enough to be able to say, you know what? I'm going to take a year off of work
Yep.
and buy a house and then just sit at home and watch Judge Judy and stuff and not because I did that too. Okay, am I doing enough and feeling satisfied in my heart of hearts to say that I bought this house instead of that house, or I bought this car instead of that car, or I got to do this, or whatever the decision you're making? Can you stand up and say, I'm proud of my decisions, regardless of what that pedestal that we put it on, and still be on the same path or that train, that freight train?
I think what it is that we pedestal it, but it's like we're always thriving and thriving for more.
That's the freight train.
You know what I'm saying? It's grateful, never satisfied.
It's like
you know
not enough. You know, you want so much more. You want to feel like you didn't hit that mark where you didn't hit your cap, but it's like I can fill it up more.
There's more. There's more to it, you know, and it's really strange. It's a really strange feeling, you know, to be in that position, for the simple fact that when's enough?
That's what I told you.
You know.
Oh, that's what you was talking about downstairs.
No, what I've told him before is that we got the generational wealth, right?
Yeah.
When's enough putting into? We are.
We ain't never had it.
Listen.
We never had it.
That's
So it's like, how do you know
it.
to making sure that you secure enough to make sure your generation starts for that wealth? Like, you know, like
that's where it's at, man. That's coming full circle. What we've been talking about is that we all have these long-term goals.
Yeah.
But these are long-term goals. Okay. If you look at with the J.P. Morgan, they probably trace their ancestry back to Greek and Europe and somewhere else.
Yeah, they got history. They know their history.
And
where they originated.
They also have the advantages of being white people. Okay, we did have it. Okay,
they gotta be the privilege.
Like you said earlier, you know, we only one, maybe two generations to
our parents are really the first.
The opportunity
from the 50s,
having the opportunity to touch or even see, you know, a lot of what that echelon sees. You know, like growing up, we did ponderosas and old country buffets and shit like that.
And that was balling.
And that was, you know what I'm saying?
You got more than one plate. What's fancy?
Ponderosas
at the church.
Oh, we out there.
Get a steak.
Let's get it.
So that's where, again, I want to reestablish the baseline of principle of success and our goals is that we've exceeded 85% of what we should have exceeded. As a whole, as all of us together, probably closer to 95% to find four brothers.
You know what? None of us have grandkids. So we're like still within our generation to make sure we're setting those standards for ourselves. So don't ever think that, you know, you behind or like you ain't made it there yet. You got time.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got time for the goal.
Yeah.
We may not have time for what God has in store for us, though.
That's the thing.
But that's why you can't think about that.
Yes, you have to. Once you get to my age,
because there's more time behind you than there is in front of you.
I got it.
You know?
This is the youngest I'm ever gonna be.
Again. Okay, I understand.
So this is the time where if I'm not making executive decisions, you know, investing into either a 401k or a retirement plan or a plan for my kid's college fund to have something to have him established or have some type of business or property that I'm passing down to him, he starts at zero again. But I know that with everyone's successes already, that they're gonna eat, their kids gonna eat, okay? And all I'm trying to do is make sure I come to the fucking table.
I think
and provide a plate.
I think that at this point,
this is how I think though. I'm not as computer smart as what the things are that got the other industries set up, the other businesses set up. I never learned how to start a business. Heck, I didn't know how to go. I went to college. I graduated 156 credits. You only need 120. They ain't tell me the right way to do it.
I didn't say that.
Okay, so
You said what?
I graduated
Took more
156
classes than
credits.
needed.
He had a lot more student loans than he needed to.
I didn't know how to do it.
No, but you did it.
Yeah,
But I did it.
You did it.
Yeah.
They can't take that away.
So that's what I'm saying. It's let's once I learned that you don't need a salad for it if we ain't got no salad. Okay, let's find out what we really need.
So do you think, let me ask this question, with the advance of technology in the industry, of how everybody's moving and obtaining finances, like there's, especially since COVID, people been getting so creative to stuff they pocket with money. Do you think that if you took the time, could you learn that and change your life in a year?
Great question. No, because I'm too lazy. I'm too old to do it.
So,
No,
so
it
like,
ain't got nothing to do about being old.
it don't.
It's too
We're
lazy.
You said
lazy.
it right
Yo,
first.
There's
yo,
a second one.
Yes.
There's both of them. There's both of them.
I didn't
It's a
feel
second
say 30
Hey,
minutes.
hey,
long.
but guess
There's
what?
both of them. I'm being real with
But
you.
guess what? I probably say the same thing.
Why?
Not too old, but too lazy.
Well, why? Then why complain?
No, it's not. I'm not complaining. I'm saying
not complaining
let's
about
find
that.
a way that fits into who I am now.
Right.
I'm setting my ways now.
I'm tired, man.
But you just said, okay, so we discussed how it's make it or break it season.
Hey, but hold on. Keep in mind, she's younger.
That's why
Keep in
too.
mind, she's younger.
You're right.
Well,
but that's what I'm saying.
Right, no, then keep in mind. I just want you to keep in mind. I don't want you to argue with her. I want her to say what she's gonna say.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Just keep in mind, she's driven. She got that energy. She got the spunk.
Man, when I was her age, man, I was
need-
doing a
you-
lot of other stuff, but I was being reckless with it. I didn't have the knowledge that I have now
But-
to say that this was my vision.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, the vision I had
That's
at your
good.
age
Yeah.
is totally different than the vision that we talking
Hey,
about
you was,
nowadays.
man, growing up, man, you was locked in, bro.
Yeah,
You was locked
you
in.
did it right. Like
You
you, feel
paved
like
the
you
way.
did the right thing.
You know what I'm saying? It's not,
School,
and even out, you didn't,
got
you didn't fall off.
married, you
didn't
had
know-
a baby, like,
you
you got
did
a
what you
house.
wanted to do, and
You
that
did right.
and that was what you were supposed to do.
Everything was in order for you. Like everything.
It's still in order.
You lived it in the sense
That's
of
but he
how-
did
how-
like
yeah,
you
how
did what
we
you
think-
supposed. But
how
how
we
you think we
supposed to
supposed to
be.
do?
Yep.
Supposed to go
Go to
graduate
school,
from college.
get a
you
job,
get
get married, have a
It's-
kid.
this is the
get
90s,
a
man.
house.
You
Like
lived, that
you
was
did
the
it.
American
This is the
dream.
early 90s.
Early 2000s, he did that. Like you did it.
Early 90s. This is 93.
Like we said, sometimes you get punched in the face, and
You
sometimes
do.
I made
This ain't
dumb-
2010,
But
2015.
And so I'm just gonna make sure I show y'all that there is a way.
We know.
And I understand that now I did some things wrong,
Right.
okay? As I was older, I thought I had the right path.
You
It's not that
ain't on
did it-
trial,
it's not
nigga.
that you did it wrong.
You didn't do
no.
it wrong. You had it. You obtained it. You did it right. Now what you're trying to do is secure yourself and your son's future because, of course, you don't have your partner anymore. You don't have that lifestyle anymore. So you're doing it as a single person, as a single father,
It just changed
and
the-
you just changed
it just
up.
changed the
So
direction.
that's why I'm going back to my question and asking you, as you said, you're trying to grow security for yourself and for your son.
Right.
And with the advances of technology and how businesses have grown and how people have found ways to become entrepreneurs, to become, self-made where they don't have to clock in anymore and everything. If you can learn that in a year, because it's not saying that it's your age, you're not lazy because you know what you want. You just need to figure out a way to obtain it. And if you have
That's
the
what it
time
is.
to do it in a year,
Yeah.
would you do it?
I see.
I see what
I see
you're
what you're
saying.
saying.
But you gotta have your ducks in a row.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah. That's
I'm not-
really what it
2
was.
years,
gotta-
all
you
right,
gotta have
all
your
right.
ducks in a row.
You
I'm not
figure out the
saying-
ducks in
I
5
don't-
years.
to be honest, Kat,
Can you get in 5?
I'm gonna be honest with all y'all. Yeah, I would like to, and I'm trying to. And
You probably don't want to.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting
And I ain't
at.
mad at him either.
Yeah, but
Be honest about
But
it.
that's okay.
It is.
That's fine.
That's
Yeah,
why
but-
we're here.
and-
That's why we have established that, so we can figure out how can I help you as a sibling.
But
That's why we making this show for right now, because if this is what you telling me, this is what you want, this is what you need for your future, for your son, for yourself, I, at my age, at the knowledge I know and what I can help you with, I can help you. I am. And this is the point of this, though.
You right. You
This
hit that
is
on
it.
those.
Like, we trying to, like...
Cat,
like,
you on the nose right now.
I'm here for you.
Okay, so hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Yes, I would like the results.
Yeah.
But there is a balance between the energy input, okay, and my sense of my health, me working on with family, with how my parents' health are, and just being peaceful with them as they enjoy their twilights now. Those things are also just as important for me to come over and cook for them and just spend time for them.
Yeah.
It's a different, like you said, it's a level of responsibility.
And I understand that.
And that's one reason why I feel like
Okay.
the way that I do as far as like making sure that we straight, because I know the responsibility that he has. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he's the closest to the folks. And for me, when Dad had that shit, it was like, all right, I need to step the fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
I
That was.
was there in 6 minutes.
It was a wake-up call.
He was there, and I was at this spot, and I'm thinking like, all right, I'm business.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? So I know what he's got to deal with, being so close to the folks.
Yeah.
Cool. That's your responsibility. Mike is all the way in Michigan. So as far as anything out here, it's like, all right, if he's occupied, everything falls on me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the role that's the puzzle. You know what I'm saying?
That's part of the puzzle.
But that's also why it's like, he's like, you know what? I'm too lazy to do it because
I get it.
he got his own, he's got so much, his life, plus making sure that anything happen to them, they straight too.
I understand.
And it's not even just they straight. I want to make, they're good, okay? But I want them to be comfortable. And they're comfortable. Here's the thing, Mike, because I want to say this before, because you were mad that they moved out here. They moved out to Surprise, and ain't nobody else out here. They ain't got no grandkids but Landon and Aubrey that's this close, and Malcolm when he comes over. And Malcolm, you see, is 40 miles away.
No, this is way back then, man. That was back in...
Okay, but I'm talking about now.
Well,
Even
about no
before
kids.
then, Malcolm wasn't here.
Yeah, they came out with just, it was
just landing
here.
Okay, so
I was worried about that. I was just thinking about... I wasn't thinking about who was out here.
No, I'm just saying for them to retire and have their time,
Right.
and still be able to say, hey, I didn't abandon my kids, or I got something I could do, and people that I could be around too. I took that on myself to say, hey, look, we still gonna be family, even though me and the ex had stuff we gotta deal with that's reckless, okay? But the grandkid, and you fly them out, and I try to do as much as I can for just, hey, I'm gonna come over and cook dinner for y'all. And me and my parents, we not as close as you and Dad. Okay, Dad loves you the most. He already said that. Okay. Okay.
Shut up, man.
I feel like he looks like him, he acts like him,
I told him before, like, why'd you get this nigga's name, man? You know? And,
close, he gave him an M. They got the same initials,
and
right?
so even with Kathy and Mom being both females, I don't know whatever it is, I'm just saying that. But they have a connection because they the only two. Because it
Now
was
we have
Dad,
one.
me, Mike, and Terry all against them. Until Kathy got here, it was just Mom. She's like, shit, goddamn, it's another girl here, finally.
Right, she wanted a daughter.
You know? And she came in 11 years after I did. So there is a connection.
Right.
I don't know how strong it is, but there is that bond that just
Me
being
and Mom
people.
got a lot closer when I became an adult.
No
You
shit.
know.
That's all of us though.
Yeah, I especially after I became a mother. Like, we really got close. Before that, Mom did not understand me, and she told me and her had a conversation because I asked her. I said, why couldn't we have a communicative relationship growing up? Like, we didn't talk to each other. We barely spent time. When we spent time,
Because
didn't
she
feel
grew
like
up
we were
raising
together.
boys, though.
She told me, she said because she didn't have
Yeah.
that mother figure. She lost her
sure
mom young. So she didn't, and then she's the only girl. She grew up as the only child, so she didn't know how to have that relationship with me. And that a lot of weight, lifted off of me because I wanted that so bad with her growing up.
Yeah, I mean, and
Yeah.
we learned a lot as we got older, as far as like just the way that.
I had taught myself. I had realized. I just visioned. I thought about her.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought back the granddaddy, Lewis. And I thought, and the type of person he was.
Yeah, he was a hardcore, like a real nigga type dude.
And then for her mom to pass at an early age like that, I never met her. I wish I did. I had.
I know.
You got her name?
I do. I'm named after her.
I thought, I met other people
Yeah.
that didn't have a mom, or that wasn't a mother wasn't existing in their life, and I look at them and I see how they are, and there's some strong women.
Yes.
They some tough women.
I couldn't imagine losing my mom at her age.
And then
She was 11.
and then I never asked my mom, but I asked Dad.
That's deep.
I said, "Man, you ever thought about that?" And he said, "Yeah." He thought about it. I didn't want to go into detail with it, you know what I'm saying? But I knew it was important. You know what I'm saying? It was something that you couldn't neglect.
Yeah, you have to do it.
You couldn't count that out. It was a factor. And then I looked at myself growing up, about things that I did because I wasn't compliant, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't compliant at all.
We know.
Or it was just like, I did what I did, I rolled with them, and when I did what I wanted to do, I did what I wanted to do. And if I got caught, I had to find my way out of it. You know what I'm saying? At all costs. I didn't know it was all go or all stop, you know what I'm saying? There was no in between. And but I thought about that, and Mom told me stories about things that I did, and some things she told me I felt ashamed. I felt like really bad.
Really?
Really bad. And so I thought differently of how I dealt with Mom. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to protect her. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to protect her. If she needed something, she knew that, I was the pit bull at her leash, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can pet me all you want, you know what I'm saying? But you fuck with her, nigga, I'm coming off that leash. And only her is gonna make me stop. You know what I'm saying? And
Wow.
But I don't want to be too intense about it.
No, but I can see
You know what I'm
that
saying?
relationship,
But,
when y'all are around
because-
each other.
That's how it is. But I think Mike's the glue. To be
You know what I'm
honest.
saying?
Yeah, they love you. Like, I see Mom, honestly, like, when she genuinely
Lights
loves
up.
to see him.
She lights up.
She likes to make sure that you okay. Like Mom protects you as much as you're saying you protect her. She definitely protects you.
And I know where home is, bro.
Yeah.
I know
She
where
got
home
your
is.
back.
I know where home is. I look forward to coming home, and I love being home.
Yeah. And the distance don't necessarily help. You know what I'm saying?
We don't.
We growing, man. We growing. We doing. We live and we learn. And Pops. Me and Pops always had a connection early because he I thought he liked whooping me. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't that I was always getting in trouble. I thought that's how he built the connection and shit, you know?
Oh my gosh.
But no, I don't know. But I think I was, you know, I beat by my own drum, man.
Yeah, you do.
You know what I'm saying?
That's okay.
And right, you know, it's fan. I think it's A-okay.
But that's awesome, man. That's that like.
I don't hold nothing's holding me, man. I don't got no
Exactly.
chains on me. I don't feel like if I want to go this way, I'm going this way. If I'm going that way, I'm going that way.
But it had that free spirit and, you know,
That's-
willing to take chances like
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
Yeah,
I
man.
roll the dice.
It's a
I
good
you know,
feeling.
I fought the police with, you know, ounces of crack in my car because I ain't give a shit. You know,
I wish
I did
had
stupid
that,
shit like that. You know
those
what I'm saying?
kahunas
And they didn't even know it.
to
You know what I'm
just
saying? I
walk
told
around
them,
and be like,
I
I
wasn't
wanted to
speeding,
try
fuck
here.
you.
I wanted to
You know what
go
I'm saying?
here.
And
I'm not that
I was really reckless. And but he knew me. You know I got mad at Dad one time, man. I got mad.
Mm-hmm.
I got mad at Dad a couple times. We used to go back and forth, man.
Did you ever fight
I think that's why he kind of liked me because I challenged him.
Did you ever
You know what I'm
fight
saying?
him? Did you ever
No,
fight
I
him?
never fought him.
Was,
You know what I'm
was
saying?
it your Leo
That was Brian.
over here?
That was
Jerry.
y'all. I didn't fight him.
Hey, man.
I was trying to make sense of
They
this shit.
challenged them.
All this game he had, man. All this knowledge he had of the streets. You know what I'm saying? All the experience he had. All the shit that was going on around him. And he ain't give me no 1 ounce of it, man. Not 1 ounce. I was mad. You know what I'm saying? And I probably wouldn't have feeling half of it, you know, that I went through. But, you
I
know.
don't think Dad's very secretive. He doesn't want you to know.
But you know, you got to look at
Me.
if you knew his surrounding areas,
Yeah.
man. You'll know what's really going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you could have schooled me on that, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could have gave me some of that. And he was like, Mike, man, you was gonna run right to it. You know what I'm saying? He said, I can't give you that, man. You gonna run right to it. You know what I'm saying? And I said, you know, yeah, you're right. I would have ran right to it. You know what I'm saying?
You him.
I did. I
You
did.
are
He knew
him.
it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you're
Y'all
right.
are the
I just felt
same.
like I could have been the best, and really,
Ran
He
to it.
probably thought so too.
Ghost.
right.
He said the same, right?
Yeah.
Ghost.
And really, that's not what it's all about. He knew that's not what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? And so after I was convinced that's not what it's all about, I thank God that he didn't give me that. You know what I'm saying? And I thank God for the way it turned out. And
You don't make mistakes, man.
right,
don't.
right. Nope. And so that's just some things I'm thankful for in my life. You know what I'm saying? That added up for me to still be able to be here. You know what I'm saying? With minimum scars and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And war rooms and because you know, a lot of people ain't make it.
Heck, the way you was telling me to drive over here today, man, we could have been in an accident. Fastest nigga, go drive this way.
Oh, he decides he drive with you too?
Oh
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
Does he do that to you?
Oh, man.
Sorry, man.
He does that with everybody.
Hey, man, just go, punch it.
I
Hey,
see you
but
do it
punch
with
right now,
mama.
man. You better take
He
him on
does
the
it with mama.
I'm sorry, man.
Like, I ain't got warp speed and it's a Buick, man.
I'm sorry, man. I just
Use your other foot.
you know, I can't help it, man. I can't help it. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
They-
Because
you
I'm
know.
a heckler. When in Atlanta's game, man, I be heckling and they hate it.
I thought y'all be used to that shit by now.
You would think that.
No.
You would think that.
We're used to it. It's like, wait, we know it's coming. You know what I'm saying?
You don't know when.
Yeah, it's like, all right.
It shocks you.
Let's just try to drive as close to Mike as possible. You know what I'm saying? We'll try to
You
drive
definitely
as close
do
to Mike
it.
as
Because
possible.
how you was driving in Texas, I was about to be car sick.
Terry did good in Texas.
Yeah, man.
Of course, I know that.
Yeah.
That's why I just
Oh.
said he drinks like you. Because
That's why I sit in the back.
said, I know somebody in my family.
You would think,
Don't
man.
kill me.
Hey, man, you would think as much shit I talk, man, I'd be one driving and shit, right? But I ain't never the one driving. I am not
Man,
the one driving.
I mean, I'm scared to drive with you. I'm scared to drive with you.
Yeah,
I'm scared to drive with Terry. And I'm scared to drive with Mama. Like,
What do you mean, scared to drive with me? We get there and
oh,
We ain't died
yeah.
yet, man. We survived.
get your thrill for the
Give
day.
me anxiety just getting in the car.
Okay, I got a question for y'all. Okay, I got a question.
Golly.
We've all done some stuff. What is something that you was like, man, I shouldn't have did that?
Man, I could talk to you all day about that.
I know, that's what I just said. Just give me one.
Hey, you know what I hate doing, man? I be hating driving down the highway and shit, flying, right? And the motherfucker won't get over. They be in the wrong lane. The fast lane going slow.
Right.
And you honking and cussing their ass out. And they get over, you look at them, it's an old lady. I be like, God damn, lady, get the hell out the way. What the hell you doing out here anyways, man? What the hell? Get you a driver. What the fuck, man?
Don't you know we got delivery service?
Right, man.
You
Get
don't
the
even
fuck
have
out
to
the
be
way,
on
man.
the street anymore.
85, lady. 85 over here.
You see your license.
You know? Oh, man.
Yeah, that is a pet peeve too.
All right, man. Y'all go give me this bitch fooling a bit. I'm trying to keep it together, man. What was the question again, man?
Yeah, sorry, yeah. What was the
The
question?
question was that, man, I know I messed up, but it ain't that bad. I guess it ain't that bad of a message that we can discuss here.
Want me to go again? No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll just play it, man. It was. All right, man. I got nothing. Oh, you want me to go?
No, you go ahead. I ain't got nothing.
The other day when I looked at that lady like that, man, stared through her soul, man.
The one that was driving on the freeway?
No, at the coffee shop.
Oh.
We was at the coffee shop, and me and him talking. We standing in line, and the guy move on, and the lady walks up past me, and I turn around and I'm like, hey, I'm thinking, you know, ma'am, I'm next. But I gave her that look, you know. So she just, oh, were you in line? And I know I shouldn't have did that, man. I should have just been like, ma'am, go ahead, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking, you know what I'm saying? And but I gave her a look that,
Like, bitch, you see me standing right here.
you know what I'm saying? And I need to quit doing that. I need to quit. She was a very nice lady. And I offered to pay for her drink, you know what I'm saying, her coffee.
The funny thing was, he wasn't even next.
Right. Yeah. I was
He
like,
wasn't even next.
I was like, Mike, man, chill out, man. Just chill, you know. And
You ain't had your coffee yet. That's what it is.
you know, I didn't want to be rude, you know. And like I said, she was a very nice woman.
That was a nice PG-12.
What you got? What's the story what's something that you've
What
done?
do you have?
Oh shoot, where do I start, man?
I got
I'm naming shit this week, nigga.
Coming to visit.
Right. Coming to visit where?
Visit Ipsy at 12.
Well, that was.
No, I
Is it
enjoyed,
my fault or your fault?
I enjoyed those visits.
He was 12.
What
Yeah,
happened?
man. He was staying in the dorm.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, I was exposed to a lot at such a young age.
Was I down there?
I don't think he was down there. Nah, that was you.
He had to
you was
live in
high
the
school
dorms. You
still.
lived in the
Oh.
apartments with
No,
him.
he was still in high
You
school.
Okay.
Came up for siblings night.
You know,
Oh,
siblings
I remember
like
he
that.
took me to that. He dropped me off.
Was
with
it after I
Shawana.
came up there for siblings
did.
night?
Yeah, you came up for siblings night too.
Did I go before him?
Pretty sure of it. He was 17 when I went down there.
Hey, I don't care. Both of y'all.
Hold on, who? No, because
Wait, what did y'all do? Come on.
I didn't drop you off at the girls' house. I didn't drop them off in the.
You dropped me off at the girls' house.
I didn't know you went down there for siblings week.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Like, wait a minute, I'm supposed to hear my brother.
Hey, I didn't know you went down there for siblings week.
Yeah, what happened?
What year was that?
97.
I went down there every year for siblings week.
Well,
How come I didn't know?
Probably because you was in that military school, wasn't getting
Yeah, you might have been at
together.
Grove.
Oh, that year.
yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, okay, sorry, my bad. Yeah, man, I had to go to military. The judge was like, son of the military academy. He's like, all right. My dad was like, oh, yes, sir. Yeah, I do a big cat, you know.
I was like, oh, Terry's next.
Yeah, they dropped me off. That's when they went to the Bahamas.
I didn't even know they went to the Bahamas.
They be leaving y'all, don't be
Yeah,
careful.
They dropped me off at military academy.
fuck
You
you
had
doing, man?
some camp. You had some camp. They flew to
Yeah,
the
Bahamas.
islands.
Yeah, I remember that. I do remember that.
I was like, they came back black
Yeah, they
than a
went to Jamaica.
motherfucker.
They went to Jamaica.
They was blacker than your shirt, man. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's
damn,
Jamaica.
mama.
Yeah, they went to
Yeah, they went to
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
I was like, mama, you got some soot on you or some shit. You know what I'm saying? We scrub that shit off of you. You know? You ever see the
Okay,
light
I
skin
got my
woman like that?
answers now.
Bye.
Bringing y'all to Siblings Week, because every time I done expose y'all to
You ain't exposed me to shit. I did what I was supposed to do.
what you're supposed to do.
I had a good time. Yeah, that was
Man.
yeah, she
When I went down to Eastern, man, I didn't know it was a HBCU, man.
Eastern was nice
Yeah.
This one was nice.
in the 90s.
It was
It was alright in the 2000s.
It was really a school where I'm still we're still good friends with a lot of those people that I met relationships with. Some got good businesses and everything, and I could reach out to and such, and it allowed. Well, the thing that really killed me is I didn't use it as an education initially, okay, and it was a hoedown, man. I mean, it was man, we was a party. It was a party.
I know, I was there.
Was
And I didn't even go to school there.
10 mints away.
Wasn't even
Detroit
age.
was 30 minutes away.
Man, that shit.
Canada was 45 minutes away, and you can only have to be 18 in Canada.
Yeah.
And it was like, man, I am an adult.
Yeah, no, man, Detroit was
Yeah,
lit.
'cause I went to Wayne
The
State.
90s, the early 90s,
Definitely
man,
go.
the late 90s, man, it was lit. And then even in Flint was lit in the mid 90s and the early 90s. You know, it was a lot of people in Flint at
It
that
allowed
time.
us to grow up a lot faster than we
I
should
forget how
have.
many, but it was a lot.
Yeah.
And we able to see a lot of stuff that people just wasn't not allowed to see, or just wasn't privy to see, because I had Mark Hills, the barber, every week. I get a haircut every week.
Oh yeah, we was clean cut.
Every time, every party, and I knew the football team was down there. We knew everybody, and we was all clicked up, man. And Toledo, going to different colleges and such. It made a ridiculous amount of common sense how much just fun, just enjoying life. And that's what got me into traveling and seeing the different cities. The internet just came out. They had the IRC is what it's called. And I
This nigga took me to New Orleans, nigga, to the Bayou Classic, nigga.
went to the Bayou
In
Classic,
'98.
Southern and and Grambling down there. We went to the Classic. This dude, man,
We had a ball, man. Had a ball.
I was blessed to go to. A friend of mine lived in Atlanta. Had people that I knew from the Kudos and Zenos that was all over the Midwest.
And yeah, that was a nice plug right
Oh,
there.
Okay,
Mr.
so I was
Ryan's,
in
man.
Milwaukee, Chicago,
Give Mr. Ryan a shout out for that,
Indianapolis,
I wasn't even in
Cleveland.
there. That was you. And
See,
remember
now I
him as a
wish
good guy.
like those type of events like we still had around, you know, like I always thought like the Kudos and you know that organization you was in was just so nice and so cool. I'm like, dang, I want to be a part of that.
shit.
It was work, but what it got you was the relationship.
Yes, you built
Yeah.
networks.
Networks.
You had to
Yes.
be able to talk.
Yes.
Networks.
Okay,
Key.
and that's why I feel like I could talk to anybody and everybody because I had to. I had to be like, hey, yo, yeah, this is where I'm from. We from Flint. We from the Flint chapter. And Flint held weight. Flint held weight more than Detroit in a lot of areas. Okay, and being able to say, okay, yeah, this is where you from. Okay, I heard Flint. Oh, I heard Detroit too. Oh, if you heard of Flint, you knew Flint was like, it was what you heard and what you knew, but by able to be able to talk about and say, I know about this. I've got experience with this. It allowed me to be able to use all of everything that I saw, I can use. Kathy went to Powers. Okay. Oh, your sister went to Powers? I could talk to people. Powers was the only private school at the time. Catholic private school at the time.
Next in the hood. That's right. In the hood.
Next to
Right next
the most
to-
hood school you can get.
Yeah.
Like, that was so weird going from that school to that one. Like, oh, it was so annoying. It was so annoying. And the change was so drastic. Like, going to a school that didn't have bathroom stalls, going to one that does. Going to one with a clean ass, dirty ass weight room and everything. Dust on it. You could literally blow the dust off the weights. And then you go over there, it's all brightly painted, nice pads on the wall, nothing ripped, color coded and everything. Like, damn, like this shit just did a whole Looney Tunes.
Being able to see the differences and being able to talk to people.
Like they parents was doctors, lawyers, like elite, status people and everything, and being in school with them. But it's like they had the same problems as somebody that was broke. That is crazy.
You see hey man, you seen that, right?
Like,
hey man, that's enlightening,
that
bro.
It was. I was like
that, and then going to the factory to see people that had 25, 30 years in that was broke as shit.
Hey man, stop, man. Don't go there. 25, 30. We talk about 45, 50 now.
Okay, so seeing people that's making, $100,000 a year.
Hey, but some of them
broke.
Yeah.
But some of them are millionaires too, though, and they work right next to each other.
Yes.
They work right next to each other.
You sit there and see every aspect of the whole life cycle of Americans. Right there.
Some of them they don't have nothing else but that job.
I had a friend. Well, they weren't a friend. We talked shit about them because they was called Joni and Chachi. They came in. They must have been my age. They wore the dad Nikes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? The dad Nikes.
Yeah, them Nikes.
And wore like the same outfit 4 or 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Had a work outfit. They probably had clothes for outside. Was always reading the newspaper.
Oh, they rich.
For the stock market, investing.
They rich.
They are probably billionaires right now.
Yeah, they're rich.
They hide in plain sight. Like they don't care about like their appearance and wearing name brand stuff and all of this stuff.
I got a buddy that wears a GM shirt to work every day. They
gave us a car.
I ain't gonna say the same shirt. I'm sure he maybe has a few of them, but he wears the same shirt.
But they gave us a work allowance, right?
You
don't have to do something.
Nah, man, that shit is out, man.
Okay, so they gave us a work allowance. So they gave us like $300 a year to buy clothes.
Yeah.
To work in the factory at the time. So they just bought the same outfit.
Same shit.
Okay, and went to work in it. I'm in there walking in with J's and walking in with not Air Maxes and everything.
Shit, they with Gucci on and doing the job, bro. Yeah, they in there.
And so, but they
shining, man.
They did it the right way, and that was something that I didn't learn until later on.
Yes.
That you know what? I'm just going to work, man. But and at the time, I was still only in my early 20s, and still in college.
Yeah.
So I'm going to college. Balling.
Oh yeah, you was doing well, man. I appreciate that, man. I'm so glad you had that damn job. We balled out, nigga. We had a ball, man. This nigga Brian, man, we had a ball, man. He showed me the way with that shit, man.
So, with that being said, what's something that, knowing what you know now, what's something that you would tell your younger self? That Brian, what would you tell yourself then, based off what you know now?
But you was doing good, man. What you was even doing?
Yes.
Back then, you couldn't get no more. You was getting the most money out of everybody.
Like, the only thing that really has changed you, and you have done a beautiful job at what you were supposed to do, was just your relationship. That's the only thing that you had to learn to
that hurt.
Adjust from.
I'm gonna promise you that did hurt.
That's
okay, and
that's where you at.
That's
You're a single person.
I probably it still is hurting, and I'm just
Well,
I don't think it was the relationship.
Okay.
I think it was the move itself.
well, yeah, well, it was a combination of a few different things.
Okay, that helped. And I think what I would tell myself first of all is that the balling that I did, I could have done better at saving, but I saved enough.
Well, no, that
Listen,
wasn't the
listen.
time. That wasn't the time.
Listen, I'm telling you, hear me out. This is what I'm telling you. This is my point of view. Okay? My point of view is, I could have done better at saving, and I could have been little bit less reckless. I'm not gonna say I wasn't gonna be reckless.
You talking about 2000? What year are you talking?
I'm talking about
2001.
No.
before that. It's the 90s. Yeah, until like 2004. Okay, 99 to 2004. I could have stacked more chips. Okay. But at the same time, I stacked enough to do what I got to get to where I'm at.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That wasn't the issue.
It wasn't the issue, but I'm saying what I could have done better is what I'm saying. I could have done better there.
If he could have told himself,
that ain't
if
it.
he
To
could go
save
back
his
in,
money.
well, he said
that's-
if he could go back in time, he would tell him just to save more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
a little
That's
bit
what he
more.
said.
Yeah.
Put more away. Have that. I probably would have
So-
stayed in Michigan and
Yeah,
kept the
it
job
makes sense.
because I'll be eligible for retirement in the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, that's what it is.
But at the same time, I also wouldn't have all the great experiences I've had out here. I ain't seen snow
I
in
know,
how
Brian.
many years?
Brian, I know. I wasn't waiting for you to say that.
Okay. So that's the payment
The caveat.
that I had to make. Okay.
And
That's
guess
how
what?
much it cost. That the payment was the divorce. The payment was, I've been to cruises. We went to cruises together. I've been to Cancun's. I've been to LA. I've been to Portland. I've been to
Yep.
all the payments that I've been making for making that decision.
It wasn't a
Is
bad.
it worth it?
It wasn't a bad
It
decision.
wasn't. It's not bad.
It wasn't a
wasn't
bad decision.
no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you.
It wasn't.
You gonna hear from me. It wasn't a bad decision.
But it just costs money. That's why I said the first thing first is that.
No.
Save. He
No.
wanted to
It ain't no.
save. It makes sense.
It ain't no
Whichever
but.
way it flipped.
It really,
been
it
okay.
ain't even no but. It ain't a bad
That's what I'm
decision.
saying. I'm trying to be as comfortable as I can with it. But we always have, what could I have done better
Yeah.
if I would have done it a different way?
Yeah.
If I would have said this to
That nigga
this
iced
chick
out
instead of
fast
that
as
to
hell.
this chick, or if I would have took her to this house
Don't
instead of
worry.
that house. I mean, we all have stuff that we say we could have done a
Right.
different way. I'm trying my best.
Hey,
not
man,
to
one
feel
thing, let me
guilty
tell you.
because I'm in a spot.
You know, I made a lot of bad decisions, right? You know what Dad used to tell me? He said,
Another
they're
one
not
busted us.
bad decisions. You made your decision.
Yeah.
Whatever
yes.
decision that you made
Was yours.
You gotta be okay with it because
Yes.
you chose to do that.
Yeah.
I be telling that shit to motherfuckers all the time.
They're not
Yeah,
bad,
they're
man.
not.
I don't think so either. Cause I said, I tell my dad, I asked him today, it was like, man, you like your house still? He was like, I like it. I'm like, man, I love my house.
They're
It gives
not
me everything I want.
bad, man.
Got an office
Yeah.
with Scarface and poster in it. I'm peaceful.
It's
over
your
there.
comfort. It's your peace. It's your.
I don't have
happiness.
people over. I
Like,
said, don't come to my fucking house. I don't want people
see,
in my
we
house.
know.
Well, let me tell you, from a nigga that never had furniture in his house. That's how you know you don't want nobody over your house.
No, that just means
I got
that your
furniture
ass
now.
ain't take the time to go furnish your shit.
I won't buy furniture. So when somebody come over, they can't get no place to sit down
This
at.
motherfucker don't have a goddamn stove. What you talking
No,
about?
yes,
furniture?
you do.
For a while, yeah.
You
I-
got
I
a
wouldn't.
stove.
I
He
got
never
it.
had
I
a
got it.
stove,
But
no.
that's how you know you don't want no
But that's-
company, bro.
That's why we the same too. Because I'm the same way.
Yeah. I just.
You wanna sit down?
Oh man, I don't want to be like that no more, though, man.
You don't want to sit out with your stove.
I want to be
Get your
social, man.
stove.
I want to talk to people, man. You know what I'm saying? I want them to come over. Hey, Mike, what's up? You know what I'm saying? And
Get lonely.
hey, right.
I'm so
I'm not lonely. I'm not lonely.
Lonely.
but I want to be
You just
more
want-
receptive.
You create. It's that energy. It's the
Right.
conversation with other
Right.
motherfuckers as opposed to just
Before-
sitting by yourself.
People
Before
are
they'll come
real.
over.
He talking to people through the phone.
And
That's what he doing.
no, I don't even do that. They'll come over and I'll be like, all right, man, peace. You know what I'm saying? They think they coming in. I'm like, nah.
What they
You know,
coming
I
up,
just
drop
go in
something off?
and I just go inside and shut the door. You know what I'm saying? And
And man, that's why
I was antisocial. People they call me. I was antisocial.
Yes.
That's
It-
why I don't have an iPhone, because I'm like, man, I don't want to FaceTime y'all.
Nah, ain't died because you had an iPhone,
Whatever,
bro.
right?
So you know
I got an excuse.
but that was my way in my mind of defending my insecurities.
My peace is my house, man.
Yeah, I feel the same
can
way.
do
I
that.
can get antisocial. Then I
That
get
was
social.
my insecurities, yo.
So yeah.
I was insecure about things just inviting people in.
I was feeling like I was providing too much for everybody else. Okay.
I don't know, you can have whatever the fuck. I got everything. I got what you need. You know what I'm
I
saying?
do, but here's just
but
saying.
you can have, I just didn't want to
I
be
didn't
bothered.
want to have a whole bunch of people just random people. It's like we cool, but
Oh, I was cool with these motherfuckers. I just wanted to be alone. I didn't want to be bothered. I wanted to go because for one, I knew that if people come over, one come over, two come over, I like, oh man, pull them up. Call what's up, call baby girl. Call shorty, you know what I'm saying? They pulling up. Guess what? All right, let's hit the stove. We got 3 half gallons on the table, 4 ounces, ounce of Coke, you know what I'm saying? And I can't make it to work in the morning.
yeah, no, that's
You know what I'm saying? And that was every fucking night. You know what I'm saying?
And
And
that's because you have the wrong people around.
no,
you.
I got good people. These are solid
Not if people
motherfuckers, man.
keeping you from work. They don't sound like.
Nah,
good people.
that's my job. That's my job to get my ass to work.
You're right, but
You know what I'm saying?
But
I don't rely on them. They get up and get their ass to work.
are they just partying all the time? Like what else? Like what else do they feed you?
We eat good. We eat steak and
Oh
shrimp.
my!
I got it.
Mentally.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was the same. Right. So now let me tell you.
No, unless you tell you what they feeding you mentally.
No, I made this. This is me, man. I ran this shit. I say pull them up.
I'm
You know what I'm
just
saying? I
asking you
want to
one
do
question.
this.
Why are you dancing around it?
He's just holding himself
I
accountable.
know. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna say you, Mike, because I know we can do this all night long. We'll say that for another. We'll say that for another conversation. Yeah. So we'll call it a night. We'll definitely do this again, and we'll see y'all next time.